Hi, everyone. It's Margaret Manning here with 60 and Me. Hope that you're doing great this morning. Thank you so much, as always, for being here. Welcome to our new sisters who are joining us. We have new people joining almost every day, and it's wonderful to know that you're there. You know that we're all together on this journey, and it's a bit rainy today, but I don't really mind. You know, it can be any day as long as I'm breathing on the planet. I'm happy. So I do hope that you're doing okay though, and just welcome. You know, get to know each other a bit. YouTube here and on our website 60andme.com. Great places to have conversations, to get to know each other and see where people are. There might be someone just around the corner from you. But please also subscribe to this YouTube channel if you're not already subscribed. There's a little bell somewhere here that you can click, and then it will then tell you whenever a new video is posted. And I love doing these chats. They're so fun for me, and always on topics I think that I'm dealing with. You know, they're things that I'm thinking about at the same time. So I've got my cup of tea this morning. Where is it? I've got apple and cinnamon, and I've got it in my orange mug. I'm into my pink and orange mode today. This is very common in India. You see these colors together all the time. But anyway, cheers to tea and coffee, whatever you've got. Hope that you're doing okay. I know these are challenging times. I know that not everybody is, feeling rested and calm and peaceful. It's turbulent. This is a turbulent world that we live in. And it's all the more reason for people like us to be here holding each other's hands, and really helping one another through the transitions. And of course, one of the big transitions that happens in your 60s is work. Now, I don't know about you, but I pretty much don't ever want to retire. I mean, I don't want to not be doing something that's of value and giving back to the world. And also, it's fun. I mean, I enjoy 60 and Me so much. I love writing for our articles. I like working with our bloggers. I like working with you, hearing what's on your minds, and also and just sharing these conversations that I know I bring, I'm in your living room or your kitchen. I know I'm there with you. And it just means a lot to me. But one of our bloggers, Marcia Smalley, wrote about this idea of retirement. And she said that, we, even if we don't stop working or we slow down, most people do something, volunteer or mentor or part-time work, or have their crafts, they start their own businesses, or just get to do the things that they want to. And as soon as you've made that first step and just not, given up your job and taken the last salary check, you've got this, what she calls the honeymoon period. And this honeymoon period is like, oh, you get to downsize, you get to sort out your clothes, you get to throw away or donate the things you aren't going to wear anymore, the suits that you hopefully will never have to wear. You start to reorganize your house. You start putting colors that you want, and you start establishing like your style, like who you are. And a lot of people, we were talking about pink, about the color pink, and how a lot of people like pink because it kind of just is it's a color that I don't know, it just makes you feel positive and radiant and, just happy. So maybe you start changing your house around a little bit, have tea with friends, go out and have a lunch with your girlfriends or guy friends, people that that you didn't have time to get together with. And of course, then there's the grandchildren or young children that in your neighborhood that you just, them, but you've never sat down and chatted. You've never, offered to just take them somewhere or volunteer. But the grandchildren are for a lot of people such a big part of our lives. It's a balancing act, like you've got to find a way to be part of the life of your grandchildren in this retirement honeymoon, or in my case, when I can squeeze in some time. But at the same time, you've got to respect the parents, your son or your daughter, and their partners, and you've got to let them do their thing with their child and their children. So it's you can't just switch the points of focus from when you were in the corporate world to the same intensity with your grandchildren and friends. It's all finding the balance. But she says, there's some key things that you can do to navigate this honeymoon period. And the first thing is, don't rush it. Like, you don't have to figure it all out today. You don't have to make the shopping list or the travel list or the bucket list. Just take it easy. Allow things to happen in their own time. This is part of the beauty of, in quotes, retiring. You don't have to have that alarm ringing you very first thing in the morning, and you don't have to be be tied to a schedule. You can have lunch a little later or a little earlier, unless you live in Switzerland, and then you always have to eat at noon. It's like everybody does. It's most bizarre, but allow things to happen, and just give this transition time, this transition you, this retirement you, time to unfold. You don't have to figure it all out today. And I think that's actually very important. A lot of people rush into retirement and they just sort of get exhausted just trying to decide what to do. And another thing that happens a lot is that you start to feel this kind of discomfort. I think you start to feel like, wow, what do I do with myself here? What's the purpose of my life? What's the point of all of this? Because when you're in work or you're in a structured environment, everything's kind of taken care of for you. And so you're going to feel discomfort in those first few months, years. It takes a little time to just know that, it's unstructured now. And that may make you feel a bit, difficult. Another thing is to create some structure, though. And this is the antidote or the response to feeling discomfort. And that's to put a little ritual. Get yourself to the gym on a regular basis, even if it's just to go do some, cardio, so just some weightlifting, or even just go have a coffee there. Just get in the habit of going to a place where people are thinking about good health. Go walk every day if you can. Try that 10,000 step ritual. That's a nice structure to get around just feeling good and feeling healthy. These are the kinds of things. Do a meditation once every day or twice when you first wake up. You don't have to jump out of bed. Just chill. Stay there, meditate. Do some stretching. Do some exercises at home before you even walk out the door. I've discovered this new technique, and I don't know, it's not Tim Ferriss's invention, but I read it in a Tim Ferriss article, and that was this idea of batching. And it was funny. I used to laugh at people that would say, I do my washing on a Tuesday and I go shopping on a Thursday, women that were retired when I wasn't. And now I see why. Because it's kind of like, unless you do your washing you can do it anytime you like, but if you do it at a set time, you're done. Then you know that on Thursday, washing's done. If you do ironing, heaven forbid, just kidding, then you may actually want to do that on a different day. I do my videos. I tend to look at one day a week and do video work, and another day for writing articles, and then not so much days, but times. And that works for me, batching. Maybe that will batch for you too. So, go to a cafe. I go to a cafe about 3 times a week now. I only buy coffee and I just sit there and work. And I love the noise of like the dishes banging and the kids screaming. And it just is a ritual for me. And I sometimes I'll get on the bus and go to the next town, just hop on a $2 bus and go and sit at another cafe. But it's like that sense of getting into the world. Don't isolate yourself. I also do things like go on a train. That we have special tickets here in Switzerland called Tageskarts, and a Tagescart is just 40 francs, and that you can go anywhere in Switzerland. Anywhere. You can go to Liechtenstein. You can go to Germany, France. You can go any distance that you want in Switzerland. And just recently I went to Germany, a 2-hour journey, but I got there and went to a garden that was in blossom, and unbelievable. It was an island, actually, island of Minau. I shared the video actually on our Patreon community, which is another thing I want to be sure to mention to you, is that having a community in retirement is so important. And we started this group called Patreon. It's a place where women who can afford to give us a little donation of $1, $3 a month can actually join conversations that are more private outside of Facebook. You can make friends there. And also I put exclusive videos there. Like I just did this video on the island of Minau trip, and just took my video camera and just took pictures and on the little ferry that took me out there, and it was lovely. But just be aware of that if you are looking for something a little deeper, a little more personal, you might want to join our Patreon community, patreon.com/60andme. And the reason that we've done this is so we don't charge any membership fee or anything here with 60andMe. I don't ask for anything. We just do this all free of charge, but it does cost us money to run the business. And having this Patreon group is so, so helpful. It really, honestly, is what keeps us going. And so I'm truly grateful to that group. And if you want to join, that's just Kind of an aside, but it's related to this story because you need community as you get into your retirement. And I think the final thing that Marcia talks about, though, is, and this is related to company, community, is do what interests you. You know, if you've always wanted to learn pottery, then go find a class in pottery or watch the video online on YouTube. You know, do something that's really in your line of interest. If you wanted to learn the tango, or if you wanted to always go to, explore gardens, like or have an interest in something, a book club, or something that you really, really had no time for. This is the time to do it. So in that honeymoon period of retirement, Marcia says these are 4 things that you should think about, and I kind of like them. I think that not that I'm retired now, but now that I'm doing things to a little different rhythm, it works. So what are you doing what's your idea of the honeymoon phase of retirement? What are you doing now that if you've given up work that you really are happy that you have the chance to do? So what ways are you bringing joy into your life? Well, I hope that this has been useful for you, giving you some inspiration and ideas. Thank you again for being part of my journey into this next phase of my life, and hope that it's helping you too. And thank you so much again for being here, and look forward to chatting again in the future. I just hope that you have a really wonderful day. Take good care, everybody. Bye-bye for now.